Hello everyone, I am Pratibha, Assistant Professor of English, KLP College, Rewari. Today we are going to discuss the play The Merchant of Venice as a tragic comedy. We have discussed certain other aspects of the play and we have done some of the characters from the play. So our topic of discussion today is whether this play, The Merchant of Venice, can be called a tragic comedy or not. Does it fall into that category of being called tragic comedy? So let's start. So before we start, a little background of the play, some brief, a brief background. The Merchant of Venice was written between 1596 and 1598 and it was published in 1600. It has elements of romantic comedy by Shakespeare. So it has elements of those romantic comedies which are typical of Shakespearean romantic comedies. Yet the play is most remembered for dramatic scenes and famous speeches of Shylock. So we all know that Shylock emerges as a tragic character in the play. So there's a wonderful intermingling here of romance, comedy and tragedy. So there's romance, there are couples, there is love interest, there's comedy, there's exchange of fun, banter between the couples and then there are elements of tragedy as well. So portrayal of Shylock and Antonio, as we all know, is based on racial prejudice and discrimination. Shylock emerges as a tragic character. He's more sinned against than sinning. He suffers severe punishment at the end of the play, by virtue of being a Jew. And this theme of anti-Semitism is highlighted. It's there in the portrayal of Shylock's character. And what makes it evident in the play? The most prominent example of that is the famous speech by Shylock, "Hath a Jew not eyes?" Just because he's a Jew, he has to suffer so much. So we can comfortably establish that Shylock does emerge as a tragic character in the play. And then there are romance and comedy in the play side by side. So there are all these three elements. Now let us look at the meaning of tragic comedy. What does this term actually mean? The term was first used by Plautus, a Roman playwright. It means that a tragic comedy is neither a comedy nor a tragedy. So although it has the features of both, it cannot be completely called a tragedy and neither does it fall in the category of being a comedy in its own right. It has features of both, a combination of tragedy and comedy. Basically, it has elements of both tragedy and comedy. It blends the elements of both tragedy and romantic comedy. So there is some misfortune, some unpleasant events, there's depiction of misery, but there's a happy ending after a series of unfortunate events. There are jokes, fun moments to keep the tone light, and then at the same time there's suffering, sorrows, and there's humor, romance, and reunion. So there are tragic elements, there are comic elements, there are romantic elements, and there is a happy ending. So these are the elements of a tragic comedy. Just to get the idea more clear, here's another understanding of what a tragic comedy actually is. A tragedy is a drama or literary work in which the protagonist is brought to ruin or suffers sorrow, especially as a consequence of a tragic flaw. We all know that Shakespeare's plays have this tragic hero who suffers because of a tragic flaw in him or a moral weakness. A comedy, on the other hand, is a drama or literary work that is light and often humorous or satirical in tone, and it usually contains a happy resolution of the thematic conflict. So everything, the conflict, it resolves at the end, and the ending is always happy in a comedy. Thus, a tragic comedy is a fictional work that blends, so that is a mixture of these two aspects of these two genres, tragedy and comedy. In Shakespeare's time, a tragic comedy referred to a serious play with a happy ending or enough jokes throughout the play to lighten the mood. So by this time, you all can, I think, make out whether this play, The Merchant of Venice, is a tragic comedy or not. So, since tragic comedy is both romantic comedy and tragedy, it has elements of both. So, let us look at the basic elements of a romantic comedy. What all does a romantic comedy have? As evident from its name, a romantic comedy has both romance and comedy. It has love interests. There would be couples who are in love with each other. There will be complexities of love. You know, the families will be hostile to each other. They would be there would be there would be opposition. There would be obstacles in the path of lovers and all these things. There would be misunderstandings, some playful deceptions between the couples. There would be jokes, fun element, and then reunion and reconciliation at the end, and a very happy ending. These are the basic elements of a romantic comedy. Now, what are the elements of a tragedy? Tragedies are usually focused almost exclusively on the central character, who is called the tragic hero. Now, the tragic hero is the one who suffers in a tragedy, and he suffers due to this element in his own character, which is called tragic flaw. Tragic flaw can be any weakness in that character, due to which he suffers and he's brought to ruin. You know, he's totally, completely destroyed. The tragic flaw may be it may be greed, pride, vanity, or ambition, etc. So this is so these are the basic elements of a romantic comedy and tragedy. Now, what were the elements of Shakespearean tragic comedies? What would you expect from a typical Shakespearean tragic comedy? Shakespearean tragic comedies usually have improbable or complex plots, characters of high social class. There would be contrasts between villainy and virtue. We see it very much here. If we think that Shylock is a villain of the play, there's Antonio who's the hero of the play, and there's a stark contrast between these two characters, and they're always at sixes and sevens. There's conflict, between them. There is love of different kinds at their center. We have love interests here. There are three couples who are seen engaged in love. There's Portia, Bassanio, and then there's Nerissa and Gratiano, and Lorenzo and Jessica who run away. So there's a hero who is saved at the last minute after a touch-and-go experience, and there are surprises and treachery in a typical Shakespearean tragic comedy. Now let's look at this play, the play under discussion, The Merchant of Venice, as a tragic comedy. It has a comic structure, but one of the central characters, Shylock, definitely looks like a tragic character. The play has a comic ending with the lovers pairing off, but don't you think we are left with bad taste in the mouth of the ordeal of Shylock, who's totally, completely destroyed by the combination of his own faults? Yes, we agree that it was because of his own faults, but then it doesn't feel very good. The reader or the audience is left a little bit upset because of what happens with Shylock by virtue of his being a Jew. The play has a decidedly comic structure, but there's also a very powerful tragic story, which you all know what is the story I'm talking about. It is the story of Shylock. The kind of end, the kind of fate Shylock, meets with in the trial scene at the end of the play. Therefore, it can be called a tragic comedy. This play can be established and can be easily called a tragic comedy. Few more points, same points, let's elaborate them a little more. The play has a happy ending. Yes, we know that it does have a happy ending because Portia and Bassanio are together, and so are the other lovers. The couples pair off. Antonio is rescued and he escapes his gruesome fate, and he finds himself to be rich again, and he finds that his ships have returned, which is a surprise to him as well as to the other characters. And Portia gives this good news of his ships returning. She doesn't though reveal the source of the news, and she doesn't tell how does she know, but it is a very good surprise, a very pleasant surprise, to end the play with. And that's an ideal ending of a comedy. So everyone is happy, there's good news at the end, and play ends on a happy note. Lovers marry, no one is poor, and everyone is having a good time. You know, everyone is seen having a good time at the end of the play. There's fun, there's love. There are these three couples that I've already spoken to you about. There's romance, there's excitement, there's eloping episode, there's surprise is evident in the ring episode. There's playfulness, you know, playful banter between the lovers, which is evident from the Lorenzo and Jessica episode when they are trying to one up on each other, you know, recalling some love stories and telling them one by one, taking turns in an effort to one up on each other. And then there's Portia and Arisa when they get disguised as lawyers. That's also some. They also exchange some playful banter in that scene. So all these elements are there in this play. Elements which make it which are you know, elements of romance and elements of comedy. However, but what about the tragedy now? The tragicomedy has to have all the elements. It has to have romance, comedy, and tragedy. So we have spoken about romance and comedy, romantic elements of romantic comedy in the play. What about tragedy in the play? However, as we know, comic ending is disrupted by the way Shylock is treated at the end. Though he may very well be considered the villain of the play, as you know, we can comfortably say that if at all there is a villain in the play, it is definitely Shylock. Still, the reader or the audience, we tend to sympathize with him. He faces very severe persecution on account of him being a Jew. And his downfall takes on tragic proportions. So the play's comic ending is somewhat subverted by this tragic downfall of Shylock at the end. This is one of the reasons, and this is one of the highlights of the play. So keeping all these elements in mind, keeping all these aspects in mind, we can say that yes, The Merchant of Venice is a tragic comedy. It falls into this category of being called a tragic comedy, and you can elaborate on all these points to write a detailed answer to your question. Thank you.